We're back with the round 3 of the Berkeley Legends Spring 2019 5v5 tournament. We got some two great teams here. We got the Purple Men versus Team SoloTop in the winners bracket here. Both of these teams 2-0. Both of these teams looking to get into the final round of Swiss as the top seed here. So we'll be sure to see some high-quality League of Legends competition, and immediately there's no ban. So
well, was that a mistake?
That is definitely a mistake, but I think the procedure for that is you will type League.
Oh,
okay,
well.
Just kidding. They're just going to dodge immediately because they don't know how to play League of Legends. So already a great start to this game, but you know, sometimes that just happens when you're trying to figure out how the game works. Yeah. So far we'll get back into it. We'll spend another glorious moment in this draft. We're back in, and hopefully they ban an actual champion this time. I believe it's Gangplank.
And
immediately, and the pike comes out, just banning the preferred picks for these players. Nothing too surprising here.
Yeah, Rafflecopter, I've seen his pike plays.
You can hear them yelling at each other out there. They're very displeased.
Yeah, Gangplank's good for Legend Achiever, Pike's good on Rafflecopter.
Actually, going off what they played in the last game, banning the Ari away. Yeah, and then there's Thresh. I don't think they're letting Rafflecopter get any hook supports in this one.
I think they're really targeting Rafflecopter here. I'm going to expect another support ban.
I think they might do a top lane ban here to try to protect Cindy Bot in the top lane, but we'll see what they go for here. A lot of power priority picks up, especially for XU as well.
No, we saw a Legend Achiever play.
And the Rek'Sai going down, not too surprising here. A lot of early pressure from getting that one. And we'll see what the next ban here is. We'll see if it's another support, if they're going to go for another lane. And the Vayne actually going away from Priceless Wombat there, so a little bit of a 80 carry target. Not super sure if that's the biggest threat. There's a lot of good AD. He can still play like stuff like Kaisa, or even like a Lucian, like Snagger lane. But he does like having that Vayne. They'll take that away. And we'll see what the first pick here is on the blue side. What is that priority? And it's going to be Lee Sin, actually. Denied from XU.
Whoa.
Putting Eugenium on that. And I'm really curious if they're going to pick Ribbon. Because that is probably the only jungler that XU could pick that would have higher early pressure than the Lee Sin. Especially given that the Rek'Sai is not an option.
I think Riven here for jungle would be a good pick. And I don't know if I haven't seen Legend Achiever play Riven, but it's possible they could try to flex that around a bit. Oh.
Goes for the Sivir for Breezy. Going to be a nice safe lane probably, or get over that early shove. Have that late game insurance. And yeah, we'll see if they go for the support pick here for Rhetoric, or if they're just going to try to take a priority Prio jungle or a solo lane. And it is the Riven.
It's the Riven, probably Riven jungle.
That is going to go to the jungle. I don't believe Legend Achiever has practiced it too much, so we'll match that Lee Sin with the Riven. Going to have a lot of early pressure. Going to really need to sort of create Jungle Kingdom here and snowball in that Lee Sin. It's going to be a very hyper aggro jungle matchup here, and we're going to see what I imagine they're going to start. They're probably going to pick the bot lane here. Looks like the Galio coming in, very powerful support, and it was honestly left up just because I guess they're more afraid of the hooks. But Rafflecopter has a lot of practice playing that. They could also flex it mid. I doubt they will.
I doubt, but it's open. But yeah, as a support, at least more towards the mid game.
Imagine they pick Kaisa here, go with the extra dive, and a pretty nice dive comp coming out here for the TST here, Team SoloTop. Yeah, TSD versus PM, I guess. Or TPM, I don't know. We'll get back to it on that. But yeah, we'll see what the last pick of the first rotation is. See what they're going to round out this early draft with.
I'd be guessing the support maybe, prevent any more bans, but...
Yeah, Nami.
Nami support.
Going to have a lot of... it's going to be kind of hard for the Kaisa Galio are going to get poked out really hard, get shoved in. I mean, the Nami has a lot of lane pressure, but that's also a really easy lane to gank. You know, the Galio is going to be able to go in onto the Nami really easily. You just have to be able to land those bubbles. Or
force her ulti IO as well. And then
the Sivir is always pretty safe, but yeah, gonna ban away the Kassadin, gonna keep them off of that scaling like game insurance here. Once again, we have the solo lanes that are gonna come out. Kennen taken away from Legend Achiever. His Vlad is still up, and there's a very good chance he'll just go for that again if he can get it. Performed very well in the last game. I think there's a pretty decent chance it does get banned away from him here, though.
I'd be surprised if they didn't. I don't think they have really any good counter picks in Vlad right now.
I don't. They might ban the Echo, given that that's one of Janet Kendrick's like one trick in a couple of champions. Vel'Koz banned away in the last ban, so it looks like they're targeting is at them. So we'll have to see if they go for a mid ban here or if they get rid of that. I imagine they ban either the Vlad or the Echo here. I don't know if they're really afraid of anything else. Ooh, Silas actually. It is a pick that Janet Kendrick likes running, but I think after the nerfs,
especially after the nerfs, I haven't seen them much.
I don't think he's really as strong as some of these players might think he is, but they will take that away, and
there's the Vlad. As expected, there's the Vlad. No good counters really against them top, apparently. Like, I can think off the top of my head.
I mean, I'm not City might actually just play the Mundo into this and just try to be a magic damage hyper tank. But, yeah, they're not going to pick Xin Zhao.
Xin Zhao top?
That'd be very edgy. They could do the Scion, this another tank.
But I do agree with you, Mundo
they might go for Morgana top. That'd be pretty edgy. Or it could be mid. Is that them has actually mid.
The problem is with the recent slight, I don't really call them big nerfs, but the slight nerfs too.
Oh, don't pick Maokai.
Don't pick Maokai. We saw this matchup. That didn't go well.
Well, they go for Maokai. I expect Legend Achiever 9 to actually just destroy this lane.
Just like he did last time.
Yeah, he manhandled Igor with it pretty heavily in the lane, and Cindy Bob probably has less experience than he does. So I think it's going to be a really uphill battle. I really don't like just completely ceding it to the Vladimir. But I
would think a Mundo would be way better here. You can have that magic damage in with Mundo. You can just run into the back line.
The Rise locked in.
Oh, I wonder if it's going to be tank Rise.
I feel like they really should have banned the Vladimir and just left the Silas up. Yeah. I feel like the Silas Rise matchup would be a lot better than the Maokai into Vlad, but we'll see. They can still pull out pull it out here. Is it them playing the Rise? It's going to be very interesting to see. Going to rely a lot on the Rise Kaisa, but the Malzahar being hovered, he does take that, so.
Matches his wave push.
Nice neutral sort of middle lane matchup here, and it's very interesting for both sides. They both have some nice scaling in the Sivir and the Sivir versus Kaisa, Vlad versus the Rise. If we just look, it does look like the late game will favor Team SoloTop with they'll actually have a front line, whereas Red side will not.
Got two front lines.
I feel like we actually have a very similar game to the last one that we casted, where we're going to have to really see how the junglers. I feel like the junglers going to decide
difference this game.
Yeah, I think it's going to be up to them to snowball it early because a lot of the lanes have similar patterns. I think the top lane for Purple Men will just win naturally, given that Legend Achiever has shown he's been able to play the matchup and he's probably much more familiar with it than Cinebot is. And I think that mid going to be Malzahar favorite early on. The Rise will scale. Will scale up into a really deadly 1-3-1 threat. And then, the Galio is going to provide a lot of all in here. You have the Galio, the Maokai. It's going to be a lot of threat here. So.
Yes, and I want to see is that them is going to play normal Phase Rush Rise or actually start building towards a tank Rise.
I might go with the Aftershock.
Aftershock into, then also build like Righteous Glory as well. In Korea, some players are doing that, and because it's really easy to proc Aftershock on Rise. You just go walk straight up to them, press what was it, the W?
Yeah, you get the Rune Prison.
Rune Prison, and then you get your combo off, and then you back off, and they can't really counter you.
Yeah, we'll have to see how a lot of these lanes play out. On paper, a lot of them should be very even, and it'll be up to the junglers to swing it.
Yep. Team SoloTop seems have a much heavier dive comp. You have dive in rotation. You have Galio with a semi-global ultimate. Same with the Rise coming behind.
Yeah, but if you look at Purple Men here, they have a lot of damage sources. There's damage coming from all over that team composition. For the blue side here, you're relying a lot on your Rise and your Kaisa. So the Lee Sin's going to fall off pretty hard in terms of damage, a lot harder than the Ribbon.
Yeah, so if the Lee Sin doesn't do much early, then you kind of wasted your pick on him, and then.
Yeah, we're gonna have to look, I guess, for his the engages are gonna come again from Sivir running in, and then probably Flash Ribbon play, a Flash Malzahar play,
Flash Malzahar,
bubble,
Flash Nami ult.
Whereas for the blue team, it's a lot easier to engage these fights. You can Rise ult in with the Maokai, you can TP in the Maokai, and then the Galio is going to be able to get a lot of backline access there. Yeah. And then you can just sort of run them down. Kaisa can dive in. So I feel like the blue side comp is easier to execute in the late game, but I think they're going to struggle early in a lot of these lane matchups.
Especially, and I think also with the red side, you also see they have Malzahar and Nami. They have that disengage if someone runs at you, you can Malzahar ulti them, Nami bubble them as
Yeah,
well.
a key Malzahar ult on a Rise or a Kai'Sa that doesn't have a Galio there to protect them is going to be pretty devastating.
Pretty devastating. And the Riven too. The Riven gets over the wall, stuns you, gets a full combo off. That's going to be probably a flash heal or something running away instead.
Yeah, there's just so many threats here. There's so many sources to which they can pump out a lot of damage and turn this game. But yeah, I think matchups to watch here are definitely the top jungle once again. See if Legendary can create the same advantage he had in the last matchup, and see if Eugene or Exeter is going to really come out on top.
And
of that early pressure.
if blue team, if they roam around with Rise and Galio, like if you don't use your tools, then why did you pick them? Other than because that's how you're going to get your advantage to help you get into those late game fights where you don't have to worry too much about Vlad or the Riven popping over.
Yeah, because we also look at this the bot lane. It seems like it'll be pretty easy for Breezy and Rhetoric to again just keep this shoved.
Yeah. And keep it shoved under tower. Keep it under tower. Make it hard for the Kai'Sa to CS.
It will be harder for them to gank that bot lane because Riven ganks. She don't have a ton of gank assists from the rest until level 6. So level 6, I think we might see some sort of bot lane play. We'll see how the roams come down. It's just gonna be very interesting to see how they play out. We do see the phase rush coming down onto the Rise.
So no after
probably more standard.
I wanted to see Tank Rise, you know.
I feel like the Tank Rise you usually run out of. I mean, he does have a lot of damage for Tank, but it's not quite the same. And we are into the game. Sort of see the early starts here. Dematerializers on Galio. This can actually help stop him from getting shoved in too much.
Yeah.
I mean, especially with his Q later, is going to actually be able to, in the really mid part of the game, going to actually be able to keep it away from being shoved too hard.
Well, we see blue trying to possibly do an invade.
You see the pings coming down onto that bot side jungle there. They're level 1. I guess they do have a decent amount of lockdown, but I don't think they'll go too hard.
Oh, and
Keyboard issues.
according to Galio.
So we're going to have another pause. This is going to be a nice delayed game.
Yep, nice and delayed. This is normal for Riven to go, whatchamacallit that I can't think of.
Riven going, yeah, she's going to be, it's kind of interesting. The talisman instead of the machete here.
I usually see machete, but
I want to say, does talisman proc off abilities?
Talisman procs ability, so I guess
I want to say it gives mana. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure that's what you get though.
No, Talisman, I'm pretty sure gives you healing off of your ability. No. And I believe the red teams has spotted it out with pings.
Yeah, they're pinging all over. They're actually not getting vision on the opposite side here.
Yeah, that Malzahar is sitting in River Bush, not doing much. He puts a ward down in that route, so at least they'll see them coming back in. Riven Posen is trying to possibly steal the blue buff, from what it looks like. Yeah.
I think she's probably just going to move back into a red.
It puts him down another deep ward. So blue side put down one ward, so they're tracking.
Yeah, the ping's coming down to the ball lane. Both teams going to know where the other jungler starts, most likely.
Yeah, what it looks like. Yeah, they saw Maokai just walking up without the Lee Sin, so red side can assume that Lee Sin's starting red. Same thing with blue.
We'll have to see if they go into vertical or if they do more standard start here. Yeah, both junglers starting the reds. This does mean that that Breezy and Rhetoric are going to get the early push down since they don't reach. Yeah, well, so far we'll have to see where it goes. Rise does start with the mana crystal too, getting that early tier. And Eugenium actually faster on his clear than XU, got a very strong leash. And
I just expect.
Seaver only got 1 out of the first 3 CS actually, so it's not even that big of a loss there for Team SoloTop. It pings onto the top side Scuttle Crab. And it doesn't look like XU's actually going for it.
It looks like he might be doing a
Looks like
possible
he's going to try to go
gank.
for level 2 top play on the City bot.
Or maybe just going
Oh,
back
no,
down.
she's going around, pinged out, and
Malzahar roaming up as well? Yeah,
it goes on to him. Really try to fight with the crab. He's going to get it. I believe it does go to XU here. And he does get it, but now he's caught down. City bot coming in. He's just going to probably jump over this wall. Resonating Strike is on him. He's going to flash, but Eugenium's coming back over. He doesn't have his team there. He gets knocked up.
Riven has
But his
Master
duel is not going to favor XU. He's going to get the stun off. He cancels auto. First blood actually goes over to is that them on the other side of the map, but XU gets dropped.
Yeah, that was Brady is getting flashed over the wall while Lee Sin still had Resonating Strike on him. Means Lee Sin easy follow.
He thought he could stop, but Is That Them was actually getting zoned off. He was zoning off Janet Kendrick. Malzahar's not able to come back up. Actually gets killed. So 2 separate solo kills coming in for Team SoloTop already.
Yeah. Though SydneyBot did have to give up pressure. That's Vladimir. Vladimir's now back up in CS, but I think that's pretty worth it for 2 kills.
Oh, for sure. I think this is going to be a sort of momentum swing we're looking for. We'll have to see if TST can actually just push that through the rest of this game, because that's a really, really strong start for them. I mean, Sydney's not having a good time with it now. Didn't actually get an assist, but I mean, the team advantage is going to be really heavy in favor of TST right now.
I think part of the issue was that Riven took Aftershock instead of Triumph, which is, you know, not a bad rune, but when you go in, but for those sustained fights, like what you had against Lee Sin, that means you're not getting your healing, you're not getting your extra damage, which means that you kind of actually become pretty squishy. Because you're relying on your Aftershock for that extra armor.
I think she was a little indecisive about whether she wanted to finish off that kill and try to go for the fight or back off. Dude, took a little time between the autos, and I don't think it would have been able to win that, but I think at that point you just try to run for it and see if you can get towards the tower. You have a lot more mobility. If you can try to bank on just dodging the Lee Sin Q.
It's
not a high percentage chance, but gets the taunt down. They're going to blow up Rhetoric immediately, and force Breezy back. Exu just a little slower on the play. Presses Wombat going for a lot of damage, going to chunk him out low, but yeah, right now TST is actually just controlling the pace of this game. Another really nice lane gank. Rhetoric too close to the bush, gets hit by the Gallios on. Exu's going to be here to protect, but I imagine these plays are just going to... No, they now have the minions. Breezy can just clear this out, so only just lose 1 kill, but if you give the junglers matching, they're still hemorrhaging the, they're not getting too much on the other side of the map. Their lanes on the top side are actually doing quite well.
Yeah, I believe Lee Sin actually didn't back after that first fight on top river, and basically headed straight bot, sat in the bush while the Blaze push up, and then...
Once again, we see this Vlad-Malachi matchup being dominated heavily by Legend Achiever on the Vladimir.
Yeah, those Vladimir's, I have to say, pretty clean.
Yeah, the Malachi is just not able to really contest too much, especially after having to roam down for that fight where the Vlad just conceded he wasn't going to have much impact. And yeah, we see mid lane, though, isn't that with the solo kill is pretty even. He has no mana, but he did get the tears so early that Rise is going to come
And he
online
didn't
really
use
quick.
teleport either, so now he can teleport back to lane as well.
Yeah, I believe his back will be cancelled. And he'll just come back. Hopefully with like the Lost Chapter, he'll be able to provide a lot more sustain. But I think it'll just be the boost and mana question coming out. Doesn't have a
Dark Seal, I believe. Yeah, Dark Seal
has been nerfed, but it's still good.
It's been nerfed, so you don't want to buy 2 of them, but one of them still works fine.
I mean, it's lost some AP, and I believe it's
it's a good boomerang.
The bubble does catch Rock up. He's trying to get the damage reduction. The heal comes in. He's going to get out of range. But Breezy flashes forward, gets the last boomerang, and takes him down. That was a 2v2 kill coming out for Breezy and Rhetoric there.
It was very good on their side, but Rafflecopter walking right back into that boomerang might have lived if he didn't walk into the tower there.
Misplaying that a little bit from the bot side. And that's, you can't really afford to give those up when you have this momentum. They've actually, the gold's now back to even. You can see these farm leads coming out for basically every lane. But is that them looking for more? Janet Kendrick has no mana, but he's just going to be able to walk out into his minions. But they're looking for the dive on SydneyBot. I think she actually dodged out of the elo play with a twisted advance, and now Red Team is forced back. Lands a Resonating Strike, going to look for more. Legend Achiever is going to back out with the Empowered Q, and that was actually really nice from SydneyBot. W's the Vladimir as he throws out the ultimate, dodges it completely, and that just completely negates the dive. GM also really good to read that, be back in the right place.
Yeah. Sadly, no kill on top lane, but you did force a lot of stuff up there, and I think for SydneyBot, pushes up just to survive to get more tanky.
Yeah, they didn't have to burn any summoners either, so honestly, pretty good there for TSD.
Yes.
They're back pushing and getting some of these plays, but I mean the goal lead is not that big. It's honestly pretty close to even here, even after a lot of these some of these early plays. We do see Eugenium, I think, is probably a source of the longer lead for TSD here, whereas Legend Achiever is sort of a counterbalance.
Though with looking at the bot lane, even though Sebra got that solo kill, she's actually still behind on CS, but starting to catch up. But that's actually kind of worried. I wonder what the Kaisa is building towards. Is that Storm Razor? Yeah, probably still.
Be very surprised if she got anything else.
She went anything else. I don't know, I've seen some IE rush, but I don't think that'd be good, especially in this lane. But
yeah, that's sort of fallen out of favor when people realize you can get the evolves really. Bubble lands under Alpha Copter, takes out his W shield and nothing more.
Nothing. I don't believe they have. They don't have vision on that bush. They just knew that.
Yeah, they just figured some things. Another one not gonna land this time.
Oh, more down now. So at least they now spot him out. But I believe they don't have vision in the river in case of.
Yeah, XU going in on this invade here. Well, the tempo of the game was slowed down, so it didn't really down.
Leeson once again bot, possibly looking for another dive. They know they have vision in that other bush. He's not going to walk up farther, but looks like the Purple Man team, they're playing too safe, staying back. Oh.
Yeah, they're doing a good job of wasting Leeson's time here.
Leeson is wasting a lot of time. Riven now, you can see his counter jungling. Took his Raptors and left the weird. Leeson trying to make plays. Has made 2 kills, but he's now falling behind in CS towards the Riven. And Riven going boost might actually.
You're going to try to keep people slowed down so you can just run them down with their so much mobility.
Yeah. This expected with the Aftershock. I think if she goes Conquer, she would want to go Red Smite for that dueling power, but it doesn't look like she's kind of trying to build for that dueling.
I think she just knows she's going to out-duel almost anyone later in the game.
Yeah.
The one that can really probably handle her later is the Rise. Those empowered rings, a lot of the mana-based shielding. He actually grabbed the Null Magic Mantle here. I believe that's for the, probably to pick up some Merc Treads. A lot of CC and magic damage coming out. Yeah, even though TST's bot is getting shoved in, they still do have a CS lead. So that Kai'Sa is going to scale up pretty nicely. And top lane lead seems to be pretty static, around 30 CS for a Legend Achiever. But yeah, you can see these Voidlings blocking a lot of the Rise damage.
And the Rise got silence in there.
Another combo lane on the Rothkopter. He's getting burned down. Going to use the ultimate. Not going to be enough. He's ignited. He's going to burn down. And he goes down to Rhetoric there. And another 2v2 kill coming out from Breezy and Rhetoric from Purple Man. And
that's a really good bubble from Nami. Set him up for that complete chain combo. Gets hit by the Severed Boomerangs.
Oh, but Rise was under tower and he gets ulted. And he gets solo killed by Jana Kendrick. That was a really unfortunate mistake there. Eugene going to try to take revenge, lands the Q, jumps in with the flashes down, and he's under tower, gets the kill, but he's burning down under the tower. Yaichu's going to chase him out. Oh, but here's Breezy and Rhetoric. I think it's the last of Rhetoric's right there. He should just get taken down. Oh, man. I think he wanted to Warthog out of that bubble. He might have survived, but
he might have survived.
I don't know if he had any wards up. Very unfortunate. This should be the
no,
Dragon.
he did not have any wards up. Yeah, it looks like Dragon. So that shuffle around Blasco,
very long play.
I have really.
I don't actually think Sivir got an assist on that.
I don't believe so.
Pretty nice. So you have that at least. Rollicopter going to try to force him off with the Dragon. I'm also was TPing top.
No,
I was very confused. It was a Vlad
recalling that looked like a TP. Yep.
Very confused. I think it was just a spectator bug. He said he was TPing to somewhere like he was not TPing.
Yeah, his TP.
Yeah.
No, he TP'd into the mid.
He TP'd into the mid, but it showed like a TP symbol on the minimap in like the base, so I thought someone was TPing. It was very strange.
Spectator bug.
I think it was a double TP. I think what it was a double TP. With both Vlad and Malzahar were TPing into mid lane.
Yeah,
they do secure the Ocean Dragon at the cost of those teleports.
I think they do want that because now the Rise Q poke that's reduced. From Cindy top for the top lane, if Cindy throws down her saplings, that you can tank some of that, and then also the Galio Qs.
It's still like after all these sort of misplays we've had from TSD, they still have CS leads in the lanes that have been dying.
Yeah, though, looking at that Malzahar, that usually means they're gonna have get a QSS tax, especially when he's just salt under tower.
Yeah, Rise already taking that one.
Stepped forward just a bit too much and just got ulted under tower and oof.
You really hate to see that.
Actually, I just realized Nami Guardian, I believe. We see Avery on her, but interesting range choice. Okay.
Yeah, Guardian is going to be really good for that. Going to like the Galio and the Nami. I mean, the Galio and the Kai'Sa try to go on you by the Guardian shield.
Guardian shield and the haze run away a bit more. Leeson once again trying to look for something.
Another bubble in the Rollicopter. The Boomerang blade had already been thrown out, so I'm not going to create too much damage onto him.
Leeson backing off bot lane. She's still trying to look for something to do, but
yeah, Cindy, she has the this cowl, so going to be actually able to survive that one a little bit better now. And
but still,
she's done a good job of not having that deficit grow anymore.
That's 30 CS. Yeah, but now he's survived. But Riven in top lane, possibly looking for a top lane dive, or just setting up Rift control, I believe. Or no, she's actually starting it now with Leeson the bot side jungle. They have no idea where he is, but they know
another
the top
play
lane
coming down
position.
for Legend Cheever. He's built for himself a 1,000 gold lead already at 12 minutes. That's just by himself. But if you look at the rest of the map, it's actually pretty even. There's a small gold lead for Eugenium, but across the map it's actually mostly just that Vladimir being
I believe they see at least in bot. Yeah, they see him sitting on a ward.
on a ward, probably just gonna let him finish that.
Yeah, so I just know that means Riven can finish up the Rift Herald by herself for free, basically.
We'll secure that one.
And she summoned immediately also in top lane. It looks like they're trying to go for a top lane dive.
The City Bot's gonna know what's up. She's gonna go right out.
She's just going right. I think just trying to get first turret by.
Be a lot of plates for the Vladimir.
Oh no, the first place just fell. I believe that actually means they're trying to get this first tower.
Not yet. There's still 30 seconds to play,
Oh,
so he's gonna get all of that.
He got everything, yeah.
And the first turret. Riven gets some of that too, so now a 2k gold lead in. He's ulted her tower again, but he has the QSS
At least he
this
has
time.
QSS this time, doesn't die.
Taunt goes down, only Nami spell shield. She's knocked out on her tower, and now it's red team's turn to lose some of their tower. Rhetoric's dropped.
That was a good combo from
Very
Galio.
unfortunate for him. Staying a little too close, but now Legend Cheever looking for it. Throws the ult down, just going to heal up that one.
He still has Riven hovering near him, so he's not too afraid of a back out. But at least a good spell shield from Sivir. But she didn't get caught up in the taunt and didn't die as well.
Yeah, and now he's got an almost 2,000 gold lead over his lane opponent, so he is growing even stronger.
Yep. And once again, the red team now pushing up the vision line a bit. You can see they're trying to move it forward, especially with the top lane, and now letting the Vlad roam around a bit more and probably impacting these other lanes. But I think especially, even though like bot lane CS is pretty even, I think that Kai'Sa's going to have to start by a QSS. That is going to put her behind at least Sivir. Sivir actually going for the Essence Reaver first instead of normal.
Yeah, that is, I think, the more standard build on Sivir. You get the early CDR, and then you start scaling up with the crit and the IE.
I guess, especially in such an even lane, that you want to be able to have a mana to keep on using your Ricochet. If you were ahead, I would say go for IE, but in this case, I think it's actually not a bad choice. But yeah, Galio missing right now, so playing it nice and slow. I believe he's actually spotted out walking over from mid lane, but then once I go with Galio ulti, you can't really do that.
Aizu is here to match Eugenium. I don't think anyone. He's taking a lot of damage with Sivir actually. Being burned down really low, forcing the heal out of Crisis Wombat. The Rock Hunter looking for more. He's going to back right out. And wow, the turn damage from Kai'Sa is actually huge on the
Kai'Sa's passive, she got a full
gut stacks off.
And that's some nice damage you can get with those 5 stacks. Yeah. Rafflecopter couldn't do his full combo, got stopped by the Nami R.
Eugenium unfortunately chunked out. He's going to heal back from his camps. So overall, not too much.
They're setting up for another dragon.
We see Legend Cheever here, just abusing City Bot in the top lane.
Looks like it's a long lane for her.
But Galio caught here. Gonna layer the CC. If you don't really layer it correctly, it doesn't matter. They're gonna take him down.
Yeah.
But yeah, Aizu has come around the flank. And Crisis Wombat, really nice ultimate to keep him out. And you're gonna flash the bubble, it lands, but there's no follow-up.
There's no follow-up on that, but yeah.
That'll be the Infernal going over, though.
There's a free Infernal.
Purple Man looking really strong right now.
Though it might be a mid lane tower gone to the side of Team SoloTop. Doesn't have enough of a way to push it in, but possibly try to contest here on Drake, but it's not gonna
Oh, is it them face checking? Legend Cheever's here. Does have the combo up, so he's not getting too much threat. Actually, gonna chase down this one. Legend Cheever might have bit off a little more than he can chew here, forced to flash away. But he's coming in and he gets the Q! The tip of it gets the empowered Q, and Legend Cheever goes down. Really unfortunate for him there. I thought he was stronger than he was.
Yeah, he was.
I mean, this Rise is 2-in-1. He does have magic resist from that QSS.
And then he has his staff as well.
Yeah, so his Arcane resist.
My bad.
Yeah, well, Vlad not as strong as he thought he was. I think he might have gotten too accustomed to laning against the Mount guy, but...
Yeah, against a tank, can't do anything against you, but
really,
go against the Rise.
It's really critical, I think.
Yeah.
Because you'll see Pearlman get momentum and then have 1 or 2 plays where they'll lose a member and just lose a lot of that. We'll see if Legend Cheever is forced to TP or not, if we'll just walk back and save that for future plays. I think you should probably just save it here. And
looks like they're setting a Rise in the bot lane, trying to do another split push, moving their...
Yeah, the Rise is really strong right now, and they want to use that 1-3-1 potential.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah, Breezy, I mean, Price is Wombat really close to, I think, getting both those evolves for the Kai'Sa. I believe once he gets the Rage Blade, he will immediately get a QSS.
Actually, I believe he already has his Q evolve, because I think...
He does have the Q evolve.
If you buy a pickaxe...
I think he needs 1 more dagger for the E, I'm not sure.
Either dagger or the recurve bow. I don't remember at this level, but I think if he hits level 12, he has a second dagger that will get his E evolved as well.
You'll have to. I think he'll finish his race later and then get the QSS. But right now, that's a very attractive target. I mean, basically, is for the Malzahar here, you can ult. In a big team fight, you want to ult anyone with the Maokai and the Rise, really.
Yeah.
I think if you get the Kai'Sa, it's your ideal target.
Especially now.
The Lee Sin will also go down really quickly because he doesn't have too much tankiness. He does have the health, he does have the Merc Treads, but
that's not much in the grand scheme of things.
yeah, they're going to look for this bot lane. Where's the spot of the XU just running for Izadem? Here comes the hero's entrance, and Izadem's going to survive, but Robcop in the middle. But Breezy gets it! The boomerang playing in the corner. Robcop are trying to stay alive. They're going to force XU to back out, but they do pick up the kill. Eugenian looking for more. Lands a Resonating Strike and jumps in, but here comes the teleport from Legend Achiever. He kicks back, and beautiful kick, but he doesn't actually have the damage. And now here comes another grasp, and they're going to take that one down. Jaina Kendra gets the kill. There's a really nice kick, gets the collateral damage, but it's not enough. And XU slashing on the Robcop, he's looking for him, gets a stun. The taunt's coming down, where's the bubble? But he actually gets the Nami taunt, but it's not going to be enough. Rhetoric actually takes the kill there, and this tower is not long for this world. In the meanwhile, we see a Legend Achiever, Cinebot had to back, he's getting a lot of push in, but Price's Wombat trying to get something in return. Should take that mid tower down, but
I think
Purple then going to keep pushing here.
They might be able to get the second tower here as well. Yeah. That Lee Sin went in, got the kickoff, was really nice, but then the Nami bubble caught him.
Doesn't have the actual follow-up, because once he uses Resonating Strike to get in.
Uses Resonating Strike
kicks them back.
Kicks them back, gets bubbled.
He didn't have any way of getting in to finish off those kills.
Yeah.
Price's Wombat wasn't there, wasn't in range to use the Killer Instincts to get into the fight and actually finish off any of those kills. Then once the TP comes in for Jaina Kendrick, is it them? I'm not sure if he TP up in that fight. It is coming up now. I mean, well, he was in the fight, so I guess
he was in the fight, yeah. Yeah, but that Jaina Kendrick TP just cleaned it up, made sure it got a kill, and forced the Gallo to back off as well. That Rise, I believe, used his QSS a bit too late, was already caught up in the Nami bubble for a bit before he actually QSS'd out, and that's what might have caused him to be a bit too slow and get caught up on the edge of that Nami bubble.
Yeah, I see a really huge goal lead for Legend Achiever coming from the CS plates. But now every member has a... Oh, but he's caught. He's going to have to use the ultimate. There's so many people here. See what the rest of the team can do. He is going to go down. 4 people. Eugenium takes it, and he's going to takes a mid lane shove. I don't think the rest of the team is really in position for him to be in that spot.
Yeah, the Rise is pretty powerful. Got pretty low. It may be in a 1v1 with the with Vladimir's ulti up. Vladimir might have won that, but he got 4 members up there, and they layered their CC pretty well. They went from the Maokai route into Galio taunt, and he couldn't even flash over because his flash was down at the time. So that's a big misplay from him.
Yeah, it's unfortunate from Legend Achiever. He does finish that death cap though. He is getting stronger, and he actually doesn't really have like. I don't think a bounty on him, so it's not too bad to the kill over, but I mean, it's still looking pretty good for Purple Men. They got the 4,000 gold lead. They've cracked so many of these towers. I think they really want to burn down this mid lane.
I think that's what they're setting up for. Or
look
for
this next dragon coming up.
Yeah, but Lee Sin and Maokai are spotted out by Red Team's deep wards, and I think Legend Achiever with his TP up, they're going.
Oh, Jaina Kendrick face checking, gonna get rooted up. She get burned down here, and Eugenium picks up another kill. And that was just an unfortunate face check right there. And they're going to lose pressure on this Infernal Dragon. That's going to be huge. Well, they're trying to go for Is That Them. Not going to be able to get out. Hero's Entrance going to be way too late, and now Robcop's are in trouble. Cinebot looking for something over the wall, but they're just starting up this Infernal. Both mid laners down. They're trying to zone them off it, but I don't think they're going to be able to. They're looking at the flank. Eggs using the pit. He's a little early. Legend Achiever's flashing over. Also only 2. Well, who will get the dragon here? The Dream's so low. The jungler's dead. The fight's going through. The dragon's so low. The red team secures that they get another kill, and oh my god, absolute disaster for TST here. Is That Them? They have the pick, but Is That Them goes to clear a pink ward, gets teleported on. They just absolutely hard engage on him. Galio loses his life trying to protect him, and then he's still trying to do the Infernal, end up losing that, and now Pearlman looking for Baron here. So they will be onto that TP coming out. I believe that is from Is That Them? You don't do it too quickly here, but the rest of the team is coming in.
Yeah, and also that last fight, that Rise accidentally
Cinebot, but she's in too early. She's trying to DP off the Baron, but she's probably going to drop here. Can they get the last bit of the damage needed? The Boomerang Blade comes out, won't pick that one up. Is that them? Solo gets Exu, but he's burning down from the Malzahar. The limited visions be enough. It doesn't look like it. He will survive. So they actually trade the kills and stop the Baron.
Yeah, Malzahar even used his ulti there in the last fight out of the corner. But yeah, that Rise managed to make something come back from that last misplay he had. Accidentally hit the blast cone before he reached it and kind of cut off his only route of escape. But at least Red Team no longer is on Baron, so they're taking off Baron pressure. And I think that's going to reset. But then again, Red Team, they're pushed up to tier 3. You should push up Inhibitor Tower in the top lane. And someone's going to have to back to go catch that wave.
You know, you see the waves crashing. Luckily, for TST, Pearlman had to reset after that play, so they're not able to actually punish the wave management. And they do have their outer mid turret still up. So they still actually have the advantage in that mid lane. Yeah. So their side lanes are struggling a little bit, but they're not in the worst spot. I think the more pressing concerns, they've lost 2 Infernals to this team that has a lot of damage threats.
Yeah, especially Malzahar and Vlad and Sever. And that last side, you've noticed, like Sever, her back to Dragon Pit, her just Ricochet just kept bouncing around with everyone crowding around the Dragon Pit mouth, and that's what you pick Sever for those team fights.
This Sever is really strong right now.
Yeah.
He's down CS, but has 505, really high, like the highest kill participation on the team behind Rhetoric. And the bot lane has actually shown up really, really well for Purple Men here. We see a Rothcopter has died 5, over half his team's deaths, so it's really struggled trying to keep the team safe with the heroes' entrances here.
Yeah, but I think they're either a bit too late or they're just, when 4 people are chasing that one guy, you can't go in, you're gonna die as well.
Yeah, we see a Rise opening out, gonna get them out onto Rhetoric, and he's just blown up immediately, and they're throwing the TP down. Legend Shaper's caught too. He's probably gonna go down. Gets the power Q off, gonna survive a little longer. Almost gets Eugene, but can't. A double kill for them. Now blue team's looking for the Baron as 2 big threats are down, and they're gonna start this. Malzahar is just splitting. He has his teleport. He's gonna start channeling that. XU's gonna try to look for the hero steal. I don't think they can actually push them off this. Already his Banshees is out. Gonna get a lot of damage down, but he was really fast. But Rage Blade Kaisa. It's gonna be a huge swing if they can get this Baron here. They're actually peeling off of it, trying to get let the Baron reset. I don't know.
I don't think that was a good thing.
I guess I didn't want to opt into a potentially game losing 50-50, but they are starting to close the window a little bit. But I feel like in that situation, I guess they just didn't want to have to reckon with the smite while they were down a level.
And still also with Malzahar ultis, you see only the Rise has a QSS. Kaisa still doesn't have it, and that's when
I think they need to take down the Ribbon before they can actually go for objectives.
Yeah, the Ribbon staying alive, just hovering around. It's a big risk out of AoE stun that could stun everybody in that pit. And Sivir also, I believe, was still alive, and then so if Sivir died in there, just have her ricochets bounce all over. That's once again another huge AoE damage, so it's that they didn't want to do while taking the debuffs from Baron.
There's a lot of risky plays. But ultimately, off to the safer one. They know they're. Oh, Galio gets interrupted. He gets all. They really landed CC nicely, but he's very tanky. Legend Shaper going for this one. The heal is it? Oh man, the damage reduction was almost enough, but he gets burned out by the Voidlings. And Jaina technically someone up. Actually, a little aggro there. Going to get kicked to safety though, because the wave comes across.
But you force it's forced one ulti out, and I think I'm just going to try to forward mid lane.
I'm going to try to, I think, they can try to sort of control the Baron vision now that Galio is them, but it doesn't have more stuff on the Dragon. They will take this, finally drop this mid-hour outer at 26 minutes.
And that also helps for the Baron vision as well, because now that...
Yeah, that really opens up a lot of the map for them.
Yeah, they're about, what, a 4K gold lead. It's not insurmountable, but if they get this next Drake, I think it's going to be quite painful. It looks like they're trying to set up, see if anyone's going to face check through this section right here.
Is that them is moving over there? They have 3 of them.
You see them out? 3 there.
They're ulting, actually.
Oh. They were trying to get
they're looking for something here, but they're all just stacked up on top of each other. Heroes Entrance is going to come in. But Breezy has already taken down Lee Sin. They shut down them on one side, and now Rafflecopter drops as well, jumping in once again in the middle of the team. 3 free kills. And that was just not the engagement we're looking for. They're going to give up a 3rd Infernal, and this is looking really grim for TSD.
I believe they saw Malzahar sitting in the bush and thought, okay, we're going to Rise ulti onto him, but didn't know that the rest of the team, the rest of the couple men were sitting in the bush. And that they let Malzahar run down, and they basically get the counter on that.
Yeah, the wrong desperation play. Possibly Infernal might cost them the Baron. I mean, they have no teleports up.
No,
I don't think there's any way they can stop this.
Yeah, and that's triple Infernal. That's going to be a lot of damage coming down. They already put the blue trinket down, I believe, as well. So
I think there's a very good chance that Pearlman can just close the game out in the window of this Baron triple Infernal.
especially with Lee Sin in mid, I don't think there's any way that they can contest this Baron yet.
Goes to Exu.
Looks like just a reset. And
Very strong here for Purple Men.
I think what they're going to do is they put someone in top lane and get that pressure in. Because I think Rise is still going to try for just the bot lane.
Yeah,
push.
Cinebot actually looking to build that Iceborne Gauntlet. That's not a lot of armor, and the Sivers is going to actually shred. The Sivers are going to have so much. You see a lot of magic resist, but no armor.
As this Sever is 7 kills, 0's death, has her IE, has technically 2 crit items. That's about what? 50%? Over 50% crit.
I believe she has 75%?
No, I'm 70. 70, not 70.
I'm trying to remember, I think S3
S3 versus 20. Not, yeah, so that's still pretty good, especially with the ricochets.
We'll go for the, I think they're going to send people to catch the wave here. It looks like some sort of 2-2-1 going on here. Not a super usual lane assignment, but you can try pushing these Baron waves. They have
especially
3 Infernals. They have a massive Sivir, and it's going to be really hard.
You have basically try to push for top in hit.
I mean, we talked about the power of the Vladimir as a frontliner. The Riven's really strong, and they have the Navi protection. It's going to be can they get onto the Sivir?
I think that especially now, like even with Riven with Aftershock, she's up ahead over against Lee Sin. Just look at this damage. Just force Maokai ulti out. That's one of the big team fight engage. I think they're just going to push down top and try to get at least inhibitor off of this.
Yeah. Luckily for them, is that they're actually TPing Vlad in. They're going just for the 5v5 here, really trying to brute force on this tower. They will get it, but they find this pressure on the Kai'Sa. They blow her up. She has no QSS. She didn't build it. She went for the Hurricane, and now Exu's just tearing to the fight. Breezy's legendary. Everyone is getting shredded here. Is that them running for the hills by himself, getting it stunned up, and they give it to Breezy. He gets the Quadra kill. I believe he didn't get the Penta. Almost. I'm not sure who took.
I believe Janet Kendrick stole one.
But wow, a dominating performance.
Dominated that one team fight. But once again, we said with QS's tax, only the Rise respected that. The Kai'Sa didn't. She said, "I would have built team fight damage."
With a single tier as Team Pearlman actually just dominate.
Single tier.
Really dominate TST in that one. Really good performance actually from Breezy and Rhetoric, getting a couple of those dual kills in the bot lane. I feel like they really just. They had a clear vision of what they were trying to play. Exu actually did a really, really good early game. They struggled the very first sort of play they had going on the top side of the map. We noticed they, Sin City collapses. Vlad doesn't have the same utility. Janet Kendrick actually picked off by Izzet and Eugenie gets the solo kill into Exu. And it looks like we have a really good start for TSD, but some really good ball lane plays, a little bit of some misplays, getting some solo deaths. Yeah, Rafflecopter, you see him jump into the heroes' entrances. It seemed like he struggled to have the individual impact he might have on a Thresh or a Pike with those banned away. They try to go for this sort of dive comp, but
there really wasn't that many dives.
The front line is never actually beefy enough compared to how strong the Sivir is.
Yeah.
How strong
Sivir with a left.
Well, at this point,
but that's Sivir.
She even has a stopwatch there. There's no way for Blue Team to actually get the dive effectively.
Especially when only one of your main carry damage dealers, as in Kai'Sa, doesn't have a QSS, is always on that threat. Malzahar just goes into her, ultis her, and that she's dead. Like, she did not respect Malzahar at all, and just, especially that last fight we see,
it's very unfortunate.
Yeah.
But that will be Pearlmen going on to the winners bracket. We'll see who they face there. The final round of Swiss before we get into the playoffs. We'll see if TSC can keep their playoff hopes alive and need to keep winning the next few games to stay in it.